Hey guys, it's Becky with the good hair, and recently on my channel I've been talking a lot about Brett Kavanaugh and his sexual assault allegations against him, and I released a video right before he was confirmed as Supreme Court Justice, and within those videos I talked a lot about victim blaming, victim shaming, and how within our culture it's incredibly common for people to blame the victims of sexual assault and rape and pointing the finger at them and asking what were they wearing, were they drinking, they could be lying, blah blah blah, and that sort of stuff. And I noticed that in response to my videos there's been a lot of people coming to my channel continuing to perpetuate that victim blaming mentality and rhetoric, and it seems like this crowd fits into the genre of hashtag not all men. I want to address a few things to this crowd because they seem to not understand facts, statistics, reality, and there seems to be a lot of mental gymnastics going on just in order to continue to blame women in order to keep them down, because these people coming to my channel, they seem to be people who are quite sexist and don't seem to understand that what they're doing is sexism. What they're doing is continuing to keep women down, and they're perfectly okay with it. They love to blame women, and I just want to throw some facts at y'all, and we'll see you tear it apart in the comments, of course. But I just want to address some things that they don't seem to be understanding. And I always seem to think I'm pretty clear within my videos, and I always watch my videos back. I make sure to put caveats in there, explain further, put a crap ton of articles and links in the description. I don't know if people don't know how to read, but I always try to be pretty thorough in my videos. So I'm not quite sure what's not getting through. Maybe I'm not explaining everything as in-depth as I could. I don't know. But I just want to give some more facts and explain things a little bit further, specifically for these people. So one of the points they seem to be making is that we shouldn't believe all women. Within my videos, I never said that we should believe 100% of women across the board that come forward with allegations of sexual assault and rape. I never said that. I never said believe 100% of women. What I said is that you need to understand that it's a tiny fraction of women who are lying about their claims. Like I said within my videos, roughly between 2 to 8%. Some people cite it as between 2 to 10%, but it's in that ballpark. That is a tiny fraction of allegations in all. I'd like to also remind you that rape and sexual assault is the most underreported crime. Over half of rape and sexual assaults are not reported. So there's that. We're gonna take the only under half of sexual assault and rapes that are even reported. And among that, 2 to 8 or 2 to 10% are false allegations. So we're looking at a fraction of sexual assault and rapes. So it's a tiny piece of the pie that are going to be false allegations. Also, when people are coming to my video to complain about what I was saying, they said a lot of the time, we need to take false allegations seriously, and that's a terrible crime. I didn't say it wasn't a terrible crime. I didn't say that it's not a problem that people are making false accusations. I said it's unfortunate. It really is. There's a lot of psychology behind it. People are doing research into why someone would make a false allegation of sexual assault or rape. But as far as real claims of sexual assault and rape, we have a lot of statistics about how underreported it is, about why people don't report. There are so many stories of why they didn't report. Everybody's story is different. So there are a lot of stories out there about why people didn't report their sexual assaults and rape. And there is so much historical data to look at as to why someone would not report their rape or sexual assault. There's so much history behind how much our justice system is failing us as far as bringing the perpetrators to justice. So there's a lot we can look at as far as the real allegations, and that's the majority. The majority of allegations are true. So you're trying to dismiss those people just to focus on the 2 to 10% of the people coming forward with false allegations, the people who are lying. You're trying to dismiss the majority by looking at the tiny minority. So that's a problem, because you're trying to paint women as liars when a small fraction of them are lying. That's a problem. That's a problem. So I think it's disingenuous for you to try to paint everybody as liars by saying, well, there's these people who lie. We know that. I said so in my video. Never did I say that 100% of women are telling the truth. I said the majority of them are. And we have statistics and studies to back that up. I got a comment just a little while ago on one of my videos saying that your statistics are wrong. I think that it's about 50% of women are lying. I'd love to see your sources and data and studies on where you got that random statistic. I'd love for you to tell me where you read that half of women are lying, of the people who even report their sexual assault or rape. Basically, within the comment, the person said that we should have the perpetrator and the victim duke it out with swords and knives in like a dome, basically like ancient Roman and ancient Greek times, and whoever wins is the lucky one. And they said something about how, oh, you know, about 50% of the time, the sexual assault victim will win. What? Okay. So I'm going to just discount your whole comment, because not only did you claim that you think personally that 50% of women are lying, but you also claim that you think in order to solve the problem, we should go back to ancient Roman times and have people kill each other in order to solve the problem of rape and sexual assault. So, I'm having a hard time taking your argument seriously. I'm having a hard time taking that person seriously if the argument against holding perpetrators accountable, the argument against that is to have people in a big dome fighting to the death. So I had a lot of people saying that basically we shouldn't believe all women, and I never said we should believe all women. I said we need to change the rhetoric in our culture as a society, and we need to investigate all claims, and that we need to take women seriously when they come forward. We shouldn't just brush it off like you're doing in the comments by insinuating that all women are liars. Just a thought. And also, people said a lot of the time that we can't call people guilty without evidence, and we need to have evidence. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, we do need to have evidence, but rape and sexual assault are complicated. Oftentimes there are no witnesses. I saw somebody in the comments and elsewhere, I've seen a lot of people saying that men need to be videotaping everything so that just in case a woman accuses him of rape, he can show the video evidence. I saw a lot of people saying that there needs to be evidence, there needs to be evidence. What kind of evidence do you want? Because it's clear that You don't want to believe women even when they have their own testimony. They have testimony of other people who were either at the area it took place, heard the story, saw sketchy things happening. You don't like any testimony from anybody. You don't like that. Even when the perpetrator is proving himself to be a liar, is sketchy, no verbal testimony. You don't like that. That doesn't count as evidence to you. What about rape kits? Do those count as evidence? I would love for you to Google how many rape kits are even looked at by anybody. Because I hope you understand that not every woman gets a rape kit done. And I hope you, well, obviously, I know that you don't understand the psychology behind rape and sexual assault. I know you don't understand the trauma. You don't understand that rape and sexual assault are traumatic events. I know you don't understand that. I understand that you are deeply uneducated, ignorant about this issue. I totally get it. I totally get that. However, even when women get rape kits done, they are ignored. They are thrown in the garbage. They are sitting in rooms for years. Thousands of rape kits are sitting in rooms, not looked at by anybody, unopened for years. Thousands of them. Nationwide, I don't even know how many are just sitting in rooms or have been thrown out completely. And finally, there are some people who see that this is a serious issue and are starting to open them and starting to look at them. But dear God, you honestly think that just getting a rape kit, oh, wonderful, that's evidence, and that it's going to be looked at, and the woman is going to have her day in court, and the perpetrator is going to be cross-examined, he's going to take the stand, and then a jury will deliberate and then maybe find him guilty. You think that that's going to be how it works? Again, like I've mentioned, and I'll link it down below in the description again, the article in the Washington Post by Elizabeth Brunig, the victim of rape, she got a rape kit done the day after her rape. The rape kit came back and proved that there was evidence of her being raped. There was evidence, clear-cut evidence. Oh, look at that, we have the evidence you want. Guess what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. They didn't interview the perpetrators, didn't go to court, nothing happened. Nothing. So tell me again about how we need evidence. Even when there's evidence, nothing happens. How many times do you have to hear that? I'm sick of hearing the, women are liars, we need evidence, blah, blah, blah. When there is evidence, nothing is done on a criminal justice level. Nothing. Look at the statistics of how many people even report their rape or sexual assault. How many people even get a day in court? How many of those men are even found guilty? And after that, how many of them even serve jail or prison time? It's outrageous. It's an underreported crime for a reason, because the victims are blamed, the victims are shamed, the victims are disowned. They're blamed by cops. They're blamed by judges, by lawyers. They're blamed by the people who are claiming they're going to hold perpetrators accountable. So you clearly don't understand that. You clearly are deeply uneducated and ignorant and don't want to hear any of what I'm saying right now. You will continue in the comments to blame the victims, shame the victims, claim that boo-hoo, some men are wrongfully accused of rape and sexual assault. I'm not saying that nobody lies about rape and sexual assault. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's a tiny fraction and that you're ignoring the majority of women who are telling the truth. All throughout history, women have not been first-class citizens. So I get that you have that deep-rooted sexism. I understand that. I think that the not all men movement, they're just silly. They're silly. No one is saying that all men are rapists. No one is saying that all men sexually assault women. Nobody's saying that. So stop claiming that we are. You're proving that you only care about that tiny, tiny, tiny minority of people who are wrongfully accused, and you're ignoring the actual perpetrators. That's who we're talking about. That's what this movement is raising awareness about. The prevalence of sexual harassment, sexual assault, and rape. The majority of sexual assault claims are true. Okay? You need to get that through your brain. The majority of women are telling the truth, and that's just the truth. You have to own up to that fact. And you can throw random numbers at me that are unsubstantiated, that you made up, but I've done my research. I know the facts. And there have been multiple studies done. And I link them in the description, and apparently you don't care about that. You maybe feel attacked or feel like there's a witch hunt. Well, it's interesting because with the witch hunts, men were killing women for being witches. So it's interesting that you use the phrase witch hunt when during the actual witch hunts, women were slaughtered by men. So that's interesting. However, if you feel like it's a witch hunt and like women are hunting men, no, we're not. The only men we're coming for are the actual perpetrators of sexual assault and rape and calling out men who harass and catcall women. If you do these things and you're afraid that we're gonna find you, yeah, you better be afraid. But if you have nothing to worry about and you respect women, you don't catcall them, you don't harass them, you don't sexually assault them, you don't rape them, you don't demean them, then you're good. You have nothing to worry about. But if you're afraid that the truth is gonna come out, then yes, you should be afraid because we will come for you. So yes, if you're perpetuating the problem, then yes, be afraid. But if you have nothing to worry about, then I don't know why you're so defensive and freaking out and feeling so attacked as a man. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the men who are the problem. So by leaving comments about how I'm wrong and about how 50% of women are lying and how women are liars and there needs to be evidence and blah, 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 you're proving that yes, you are part of the problem because you don't understand the issue at all. So do your research before you comment. Maybe look at the facts before you comment, but that's too difficult. This is YouTube. People write crazy stuff all the time. So I don't know why I have high hopes for people on YouTube, but I just like to put it out there that just because you're angry doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Just because you don't like what I'm telling you doesn't mean that I am wrong. It just means that the truth is inconvenient and you don't like it. So that's unfortunate, but you just have to face reality that sexual assault and rape are a problem. It is prevalent. It needs to stop, and we need to stop victim blaming. The end. I don't know how much more clear I can get, but I feel like this is going to be a part 2 of 15 parts maybe. where I'll be making a series of let's try to explain to people actual facts so that they understand what the facts are and that the facts and figures they make up are not reality. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and also click the bell. That way you're notified when I drop new videos. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.